This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. All right, we're going to talk about the top 5 boxers in boxing. Number 1, I mean, it goes without saying, Errol Spence. I mean, come on. This guy right here has dominated the welterweight division. Now, people will say he's not active and this and that, yada, yada, yada. Listen, I go by when a fighter is fighting. And when Errol Spence is fighting, nobody comes close. Nobody can stand and hang with this guy. He's in a league of his own. So Errol Spence gets the nod of approval for being the number 1 top guy in boxing. Number 2, Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo is undefeated. Jamal Charlo is a guy who is basically having the likes of Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata ducking him. I mean, Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata has been ducking this man since 2013. That right there is a level of bragging like nobody's business. We got to give him credit. We got to give him the unmitigated go on the audacity and the fact that he's able to have a Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata to duck him for 8+ years. Triple G duck him 8+ years. He goes out and fights an opponent that they both tried to duck. Triple G eventually fought him. Triple G won a fucking robbery, and i.e. Sergey Derevchenko. Canelo Saul Alvarez, Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata, ducked that guy. And Jamal Charlo dispatched him, dismantled him, made so quick work of him. And I know that petrified and scared the living boots out of Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata and out of Triple G. So Jamal Charlo is my number 2. Because this guy's power transcends weight class after weight class. His athleticism and his explosion, the lions only in this guy, is second to none. My number 3 is Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury done shot up. Because when it's all said and done, the dust has fucking settled. And Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in the trilogy. Tyson Fury deserves to be on He Knows Everything's top 5 list. Because Tyson Fury has Gypsy King the situation. We're not going to sit here and we're not going to make any excuses. Tyson Fury dismantled Deontay Wilder on Saturday. And He Knows Everything's true boxing eye test does not fail him. So we got to call a spade a spade. We got to keep it real. We got to keep it a buck, and we got to keep it 1,000. He mentally fractured Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's mentally done. Those back-to-back losses at that level, at the highest level of the heavyweight division, Deontay Wilder's practically done. In terms of mentally, from the highest level standpoint, from a boxing standpoint. So Tyson Fury gets the biggest salute of the damn day. Because Tyson Fury revealed that he is a patient boxer, he has boxing skills, and this new trainer that he's taken on, this guy's helped him to develop power. I don't know how that's happened, but Tyson Fury got enough snap to where he can drop your rabbit ass. So I got to give Tyson Fury all the credit in the world. We're not going to sit here and act like we didn't see what we didn't see. That's just the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-teller fashion. My number 4 is Jamel Charlo. Because Jamel Charlo, although his last performance is something that's left to be admired, his last performance was basically a curse of you don't go against the symbiotic relationship of the twins. That bullshit and fuck shit that he was talking about with Jamal Charlo, it backfired on him. But Jamel Charlo is my number 4 because Jamel Charlo is lineal. And you gotta call a spade a spade. You gotta keep it real. You gotta keep it a buck, and you gotta keep it 1,000. He's a lineal champion. I don't care how controversial, how that fight ended up the last time. Obviously, they need to run that motherfucker back. Let me say it again. They need to run that motherfucker back. And Jamel Charlo's gonna have to re-ingratiate and reinstate his dominance as the guy at 154. But Jamel Charlo is my number 4 because of the fact that this guy right here, who everybody was spitting on, everybody who was shitting on, this guy developed a lot of boxing ability, a lot of boxing skills. He faced a lot of adversity. He went past a lot of the adversity to climb over the mountain to get lineal at 154. So Jamel Charlo is my number 4. My number 5 is Gervonta Tank Davis. The only reason why I don't have Gervonta Tank Davis over Jamel Charlo is because you got to go by accolades. Pound for pound is about accolation. Now, if we're going by what have you done for me lately, Gervonta Tank Davis should technically be number 4, and Jamel Charlo should technically be number 5. I'm just keeping it real. If you were talking about what have you done for me lately, Gervonta Tank Davis should be 4, Jamel Charlo should be 5. But understanding boxing at the highest levels, being the boxing connoisseur that I am, being the boxing enthusiast that I am, I understand there's levels to this shit and there's gears. And Gervonta Tank Davis is my number 5 because Gervonta Tank Davis is explosive. He's a Mighty Mouse iteration of Roy Jones Jr. meets Mike Tyson meets Floyd Mayweather. He has Roy Jones Jr. athleticism and explosion. He has Mike Tyson's power, all in their fucking before and during their primes. And he has Floyd Mayweather's pool count extraordinary ability, man. Gervonta Tank Davis is special. He's the big 8 for a reason. And Gervonta Tank Davis is box office. This guy is a fighter that is exciting. Whether you love him or you hate him. I see the Gervonta Tank haters, even though they hate Gervonta Tank Davis, they love watching his fights because they know this motherfucker's gonna bring it. He's action fucking packed. These are He Knows Everything's top 5. He Knows Everything can argue this shit down with the best of them. Nobody's top 5 can see He Knows Everything's top 5 because this top 5 is the actual top 5 in boxing climate that deserves to be top 5. Like, we're not talking about what people want to say is top 5. We're not talking about what people want to erroneously say is top 5. We're not talking about what people want to fabricate as top 5. This is actual top 5 denotion. Because these guys right here are tearing up boxing. They're doing their things. And there's no questioning. There's no disputing. There's no going against what these guys have revealed and what these guys are constantly doing from a boxing standpoint. That's the cool part. That's the underdog agreement. That's the cut through tell fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the Eeks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the Eeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.